department and build that resume. Welcome to Amon G. Carter Stadium in Fort Worth, home to the TCU Horned Frogs. As we'll see the number 23 team in the country, the UCLA Bruins, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the TCU Horned Frogs. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Bruins ready to put toe to leather and get this season started. He'll bring it out. It's Boone. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. They'll start this drive with a pass. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Hill. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. Defense was all over him. All right, guys, let's think a little bit about big picture TCU. What an offseason in the recruiting department, reeling in a top 10 class, and you got to think that's going to help.
Man, yeah, it's just nice when you get some recruiting and some excitement, right? Get a top 10 class. You know the talent is really, really good. The young talent pushes the older talent, Jesse, and it just makes the squad obviously so much better.
And with that top 10 class, David, they really feel like they were able to reload the roster, and they think they've got some impact freshmen in this class as well. Can't wait to see what they do today.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Unloads to the wideout. Got a man, it's Barmore. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. And the Horned Frogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He's going to throw deep right side. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. He stopped, not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
This defense talked about it. We want to set the tone. We don't want to give up big plays. First drive, the offense tries to accomplish that. This is a big play offense. Defense does a great job staying at home, staying disciplined, and getting the INT, creating some early momentum in this football game.
And I think on that last play, it's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left.
Couldn't find any way to get out of the end zone, and they get him for a safety. They'll get set for the free kick after the safety.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse? And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep two hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
The Horned Frogs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Pulls it in. It's Barmore. And they pick up just a few on that completion. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but...
Going to take a shot at this DB. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
UCLA will go back to work on offense. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit, forcing the incompletion?
To the air on second down. Quickly complete. Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33, and that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory. And this setter downs gets started from the 33, first and 10. Fires to the wideout. Working the middle. They get him down at the 49, but not before he picks up 15.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the in route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
Gonna look downfield again. Here's the pressure. Hit as he throws. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Takes it the other way. Finally brought down, but what a play not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. TCU has it back and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Pressure coming. He's going to take off. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage from no gain on the play.
Really good job by the defense getting to the quarterback and getting him on the ground for no gain. It's tough. Once you get there and get pressure, it's so hard to get these guys on the ground because they're elusive. Really good job wrapping up and getting to the ground.
Gets him on the ground at the 28, but not before a big 10-yard pickup. They've got it inside the 30 at the 28, first down. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the catch. It's Jones. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. And the Horned Frogs can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. One back in the backfield. He gets the carry. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Horned Frogs. Getting set for the point after.
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line. Understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he's not going to take the touchback. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Last drive ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through the air. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Throws for the tight end. Wide open downfield. How about this senior picking up some yardage and making a nice play on that one?
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
Wants to throw on first down. They get to him as he throws. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open. That's why that one fell incomplete.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Just a short pass to the tight end.
You know, that's one as a quarterback. You've thrown the completion, and you're like, dude, can you just turn around and make one guy miss and go get the first? Or can you just stretch out and get the first down? You need your guys to have a little bit more awareness where they are in the field on that play. And even though they got the completion, it's not enough to pick up the first. And now you're staring fourth down right in the face.
Throws to the wideout. Makes the grab plenty for the first down. And not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Pocket breaking down. On the move to the right, looking for a big one.
Well, I love the effort by the quarterback, right? Gets a little bit of pressure. He's able to scramble to his right, extend the play, and he tried to take a shot deep down the field, just not on the same page with his intended target.
He's got him. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. We've reached the break, and TCU is holding the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. They've swapped into the field, and we're ready to go in the second. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. It's complete to the left. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. This would have been about a 45-yard field goal attempt. They'll pass on that and go for it on fourth down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. And the Bruins will try to move the chains on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Quarterback strolling away from Heat. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. Touchdown, UCLA! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. He's going for it all. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link.
Pulls it in on the right. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. After that last big gainer, they'll put it in play. 1st and 10 from their own 49. He uncorks a laser deep down the middle. Oh, he's playing with fire, and he's picked off. Got room on the return. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. UCLA will go back to work on offense. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
Looking to the big tight end. Got him downfield. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Looking to throw on first down. A strike downfield. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Bruins.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. TCU has has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. That last drive ended with an interception, and this time it's paramount. He lost it high and deep down the left side. He's got it inside the 30. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down. They just flipped the entire field, and now they'll try to cash in on 1st and 10 from the 20. Nobody open. He just throws it away, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out.
Touchdown, TCU! They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession. That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
If you can string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
And he added the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's going to bring this one out. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Took them a little while to settle into this game, but this offense has it going here in the 2nd quarter, Jesse.
Yeah, a little bit of a feeling out.
Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Wants to go up top on 1st down. With the catch, it's Green. Makes a man miss. That one's sort of like a shooter in basketball, just needing to see one go through the net, isn't it, David? Just get a completion to your guy and pick up some yardage.
Build some confidence because your confidence throwing the ball over the middle of the field and in tight windows, probably not at an all-time high, but check it down, make something positive happen. The running back does his job, so maybe this...
Got some room headed to the goal line. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Horned Frogs!
And the running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Fresno State is getting whooped today, and at some point...
And he pumps it up inside the 20. Corral by the kicking team.
Because of the big collisions on kickoff team, you don't see a lot of that in practice. You don't do that because you don't want to get each other hurt. A lot of open field, big collisions, big forced fumble, big momentum play created.
Trying to start the drive with a pass. Lets it fly. It's complete. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, 1st and goal. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, TCU! And they take it in for 6 more points.
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. UCLA will go back to work on offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires deep toward the end zone. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete. Guys, let's take a minute here and think about UCLA. You start the season top 25. Clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast. You want to be gelling on offense and on defense. I think that's the challenge early.
Absolutely. Figuring out who you are. Obviously some talented pieces, well thought of in the top 25, but a lot of season to go out and prove it. Day one, game one. Make that first impression.
Their pass not Moses. He got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. The Bruins send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Going for the big play. Catch inside the 30 and still running. A giant chunk of yardage picked up here and there down to the 24. Barely time to catch our breath after that one, and they've got it first and 10, threatening just outside the red zone. Looking to throw on first down. Going for it all. Almost intercepted. They took a shot on first down and just about turned the thing over. Let's talk for just a second about TCU. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they believe they've got the roster in place now to have success.
Yeah, because when you bring people in, a lot of times you tick people off on your own roster. So when you only bring a few in, you cherry pick some elite talent and some real concerns that you have, sometimes it just addresses everything you need.
The Horned Frogs have pushed it inside the 20. Here comes the heat. Got it behind the line. It's Hill. Got enough space. Touchdown, Horned Frogs. A great catch and run for 6.
And that's a nice job selling it by the offense, dropping back, making it look like it's passed. That running back slipping out of the backfield, throwing the football, getting a dynamic playmaker in space, and he says, I got this, I'll do the rest, and gets the touchdown.
He'll return it. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Plenty of time to work. Not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They're going to open this drive with a pass. On target over the middle. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. They've been steamrolled so far in this first half, David, but maybe a little positive momentum to take to the locker room.
Well, and I like you got the first down of the drive, so maybe you can build on this.
Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Makes the grab. And he will score. Touchdown, TCU.
When these offenses get in a rhythm, they're hard to stop. Already up early. Got a short field. Take advantage of it, too. Get another touchdown. This offense is doing whatever they want to do and having a lot of success.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. And he's not going to take the touchback. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. He'll take the deep shot. Pulls in the deep ball. He stopped at the 40, but it'll be a first down here late in the half. After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. To the air on first down. Unloads to the right. That throw might have been a little too hot. He couldn't haul it in inbound.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew it, but I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better there.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Bruins will have it 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Throwing right. He's got an open man. Smashes through the tackle. Run out of bounds after the long game, but they've got it now 1st and goal. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the first half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end. They've got their quarterback right now in a groove.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
Timing has got to be so critical when you're trying to throw the ball down close like that. They didn't have great timing on that one.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Back to throw, time running short in the half. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Well, they've gotten it down to the 3, but now it's 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires into the end zone. And that one's going to be incomplete. He was throwing for the touchdown, but just couldn't get the foot down inbounds.
You simply don't see that very often. A quarterback of this guy's caliber missing a guy wide open in the end zone. He makes those throws in his sleep.
One more snap coming before halftime. From the gun, looking for a man. Unleashes to the end zone. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Past the 50. Past the 30. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Horned Frogs will boot it away to start the second half. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Huge deficit to start this 3rd quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by this much, this first drive, man, does everything matter and hinge on this? Because every possession in the second half is going to be critical.
Yeah, and I think if you're on offense, why hold back? What are you worried about? Nothing went well in the first half for you, and at this point, trailing by as much as you are, throw caution to the wind, be aggressive, and let's just see what happens.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. Looking to throw on 3rd. Complete in the middle. Free up the gut. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, 3rd down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win, and gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the 1st down.
Now he's going to break the pocket. And it's incomplete as he was trying to finish the drive with a score.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football, and you saw that there on the incompletion.
They'll give it another shot on 2nd and goal from the 4. From the gun. give on the inside. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And on offense, you know this is 4-down territory. You have to come away with a touchdown. You're getting boat raced in this game right now. You're going to have to make this possession count.
Yeah, definitely because of the slow start, now putting yourself...
Touchdown, UCLA! Quick strike through the air for the score.
With that last touchdown now, they're trying to create some momentum. They're trying to avoid starting the season 0-1. They know they've got a lot of work to do here in the second half, but you should be feeling pretty good about that last score. Now you've got to keep that up.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Boone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They still have the lead, but a productive drive here would keep it a comfortable lead. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the right. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Well, I'll tell you, there are a lot of coordinators out there that would want to set up the shot, especially on the first play of the drive. Maybe run the ball, and then a few plays later, go play action, make it look the same before shooting it downfield. They just did it right away.
A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
And this offense picks up right where it left off. Scoring points, creating a big play. First drive of the second half, no problem. Don't worry about halftime adjustments. Just keep doing what you've been doing.
And he's going to bring this one out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. UCLA will go back to work on offense. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Here's a heat. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
Sometimes you beat your guy and you get sacked so clean, and sometimes, like on this play, the DBs do a great job covering, make the QB hold the football, and then the rush gets home.
Oh, they're after him. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
That's what this defense has to do, guys. They've got to knock this quarterback down to the ground. He's already thrown a couple of TDs. The only way you're going to stop that is with good quarterback pressure.
Complete to the right. They'll mark him down right there, but it is a big play, and they'll move the chains.
Well, this guy's having a day. It doesn't matter where he's lined up or what routes he's running. He just seems to always be getting open, and his quarterback is taking notice. He's looking his way. Nice job there, throwing in time, getting it to him.
Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
The Bruins have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Back to pass. Fires to the wideout. Catch in the middle. It's Jordan. They just gashed the defense on that one, and they've got it down to the 23. And the Bruins have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. He just throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming, and there it is. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Right down the middle. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw. Incomplete.
Just didn't seem like the quarterback and his intended target were on the same page there.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. On target to the left. Inside the 15, out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score.
That's a really big completion for the offense. And look, I know they didn't get the first down, but because of it, they're now set up in 4th and very short. And if you're the head coach, you're thinking very long and hard if you're going to go for this one now because of that success you had on that play.
Big man has it. It's a first down and more. Touchdown, Bruins. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step one. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step one accomplished.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. They'll get this drive going from the 17. The offense changing the play. Wants to go up top on first down. Finds his man. It's Green.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
They'll run play action. The sure hands. It's Hill. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
Wow, you saw the speed of the defense there. They're trying to spit this football out to the running back on the perimeter. And how about the defense able to get to him quickly to bring him down for no gain?
Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. That penalty cost them a 3rd down conversion, and now they'll have to try it from a little farther away. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Rushes on him. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. The Horned Frogs will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops. So the first play of the drive will come from the 43. Looking to throw on first down. Bringing the heat. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
Well, quarterback went down behind center pretty quick that time, and it makes you wonder as a play caller, against this pass rush, do you start thinking about maybe rolling your quarterback out and change?
There he goes. And they finally run him out of bounds. A huge gain to wrap up the 3rd quarter, and this defense will start the 4th on its heels. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. To the air on first down. Starting to feel a little pressure. Never has to leave the pocket and fires over the middle. Intercepted! Oh, what a play! Bringing it back. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Deep shot for the end zone.
run the football, run this game out? No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and give me another touchdown.
And he's not going to take the touchback. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. And the offense out on the field to go back to work. These corners going to give them some space. The defense calls the timeout, their second of the day, as they try to get their act together. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. Let's see how they set the tone on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Under fire. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And the defense is good with that. Get pressure on the quarterback. Get him outside the pocket. You know it's a passing situation. Play half the field now. This defense is in a good spot, and you can tell they're ready to rush this quarterback.
Buys a little extra time. Missed receiver there. It's incomplete.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy.
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
And this defense came to play. They know about the high-profile QB. They rose to the challenge and dominated the competition today. They took care of business, and they made no doubt about it.
He's got it in more than enough for a 1st down. Nothing but green grass down the middle. Touchdown, UCLA. He got a step and just dusted the field.
And I'm pretty sure the card usually tells you to punt in this situation, backed up on your own end, but forget that. We're going to be aggressive. And how about the deep shot down the field on 4th down? You make the play and get the huge explosive touchdown for this offense. Risk it for the biscuit, baby.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Got enough for the 1st. He's up to 81 yards rushing, and he's making sure the defense feels him in this opening game. Lining up from the 34 on 1st down. They're going to ride this running back. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down and 2nd and 6. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Good pickup there as he gets the 1st down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
Man, he's done everything for this offense today, running the football, so much so that he's now got 98 yards rushing. We're in the 4th quarter. One more carry, and this guy
turning it on. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down. And the Horned Frogs come to the line with a new set of downs. Give to the running back. They get him down, but he does pick up 3 to the 32-yard line.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
And that is Interception number 3 on the day.
The most frustrating thing I see in football is when teams give up and they quit and they wave the white flag. It drives me nuts. You're on the field. Your job is to stop them. It doesn't matter what the scoreboard is. It doesn't matter how much time is left. Keep fighting. Keep grinding. You never know what can happen. Maybe you get hot. Maybe you make an all-time comeback.
The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the... He uncorks one deep. And it falls incomplete, and the offense is lucky to have it. The defender right there almost had it in his grasp.
This was my favorite time to be a defensive lineman, man. You get up big, late in the game, you know it's past. You're just teeing off on the quarterback. The defensive backs, they're bailing, playing those deep passes. It is hard to play offensive football in this situation.
Makes the grab. Across the 50 and down and out of bounds at the 44. A good pickup on that one. They've crossed midfield at the 45 with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. He'll take a shot. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
Man, it's just been frustrating to watch the inconsistency of this guy at QB, man. You've got to be able to stay in rhythm in an offense and stay ahead of schedule. And he's had a moment and he threw a touchdown pass, but more consistency, more finding the open guys, delivering it to him.
He lofts one down the sideline. He caught it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bruins.
How about the day for this young fella? 3 receiving touchdowns. Hey, defense, that guy's good. We might want to do something about it. Let's send 2 at him. Let's send 3 at him. We can't let this guy continue to beat us time and time again.
Here comes the 2-point try. The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half. Ready to try the point after. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. NC State has the lead right now. This team can really open up the playbook at times, but I'm not sure this game is over just yet. They're up by 7 over Rutgers. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
It's a seam wide open. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. A 1st down run on the doorstep. Touchdown, Horned Frog! And the route is on.
Well, they were able to come out here week 1 and really feed off the energy of this home crowd. They've been making plays all over the field. You could not ask for a better start to the season.
And he tacks on the extra point. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it off with the score from the 4. And he's going to bring this one out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. this drive will come from their own 17. Going right to work up top. Looking to buy time. Complete to the right. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
I think you're seeing the chemistry between these two guys on that last play, right? Quarterback's on the move. He's got to find his big fella. He does a great job of finding the soft spot in the defense and settling down. He was a stationary target for his quarterback on the move, and that really helped them pick up that first.
Fires to the right. Pulls it in. It's Jordan. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
The defense has their hands full trying to stop this guy in the slot. They're going to have to figure something out to bracket him, try and get two bodies around him, maybe get some safety help as well, because right now they do not have the answer for this guy.
See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Here's the pressure. It's picked off, and another empty drive. Trying to take it back. The 20. The 10. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, TCU.
What an incredible individual effort by that big fella there. And Dave, you know, it's funny. I've been hearing more and more about how these D linemen are the best athletes on the field. What do you think?
I present to you Exhibit A. Look at the big fella. Not only does he make the catch, okay, so I can be a DB, I can be a wide receiver, I can catch it. I got the ball in my hands. Guess what else I am? I'm a running back. I take that thing all the way back to the house. Exhibit A, the best athletes on the football field.
They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Looking to throw on first down. Steps away to find some room. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. But they still be counted for 6. Here's the snap, looking to throw. He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they draw a little closer.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays. Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is up.
Breaks into the open. Quick step and go. What a play there. And he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. The Horned Frogs want to move quickly. Right back to the well. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. Defense will use a timeout. 22 seconds remaining in the game. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. The give to the left. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. The defense will use a timeout here. There are 16 seconds left to play. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. It's reverse. He's going to lose a yard on that one. On 4th and 9, the offense will stay on the field. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. Contact in the neutral zone leads to that penalty. Good news for the offense.